out there in Learning Land. Tyler from 10thumbspro.com. Happy to bring you another lesson. Today we are breaking down some ragtime fingerpicking rhythm, alright? So we're going to be going through 5 different examples. We're going to get started as the bass, and then we're going to build on it, and we're going to add syncopation, then we're going to spice it up, and then we're going to look at something called 3 against the 4, ascending and descending banjo style. A lot of cool things, and so the idea is that you take these, apply them to your blues, other songs you know, country, you're jamming with a person, someone's strumming. You don't have to do the same thing. You can get a little ragtime rhythm over top to create some polyphony, a lot of cool stuff. If you want a PDF with all this information in front of you, you can get one by becoming a Patreon, or you get this one actually at the site as well. But if you're a Patreon, you get all the PDFs for all the lessons starting at $1 creation. Capsule is $1 a month, but you don't need those to learn because I'm going to have all the tabs on the screen. Skype lessons 101 if you're interested, plus 10 Thumbs t-shirts, be the coolest kid in school. But if you came just because you want to rock it out, that's cool, I dig out and I respect it. Grab that ukulele brain attention span, and let's go ahead and break it down right now. Follow me on in. Okay, so we're going to walk through 5 exercises to get this, and the first one is going to focus on your thumb because you need to be able to get your thumb to alternate consistently and play these two, the G and the C strings. Now I like a little palm mute as opposed to that open sound. I like it a little more, and I do that by resting my palm right here on the on the bridge right here, right over these 2 strings. Okay, so now I know we're not going to be playing the E and the A string, so you're probably thinking, well, why would I use my finger here? But we're going to use those here in the next example. So we're going to play through this 2 measures over the F, 2 over the C, 2 over the C7, 1 over the F. Again, don't worry too much about these fingers, but you're going to see why we're using them in a minute. Here we go. Okay, now in the next step, we're going to go ahead and add some notes on top. So let's look at what we're doing here. What I am doing is I'm using my pointer finger on the C string and my middle finger on the A string. And these are going to be responsible for my melody notes, and my thumb is responsible for the bass note. That relationship is something that's going to have its moments, difficult moments. But it is a relationship that's built to last, alright? So you really want to get that under your fingers before you move on. So just this, and why don't we go ahead and look at how to add the melody notes. Cool. So we're looking at the tabs, we're looking at the screen. We see most of the action happens in the 1st and 2nd bar, and we're also going, when we get there, we'll look at the 4th and 5th bar as well. So we're going to start off by plucking our thumb and the E and the A string at the same time over our F chord as the first beat. 1. Alright, 1, and you can hear the difference now, all of them ringing out, or with that little bass. Okay, again, so I'm getting that bass mute in there, but you want to be really careful not to mute these other strings, okay? So if it's too difficult for you to isolate these 2 strings, err on the side of caution and let all those bad boys ring out, alright? So okay, so what we're going to do is pluck that G string with our thumb, E and the A with our pointer and our index. Thumb drops down on the 2nd beat, just like we're doing before, and then the next time we come up, we're going to put our pinky on the 3rd fret of the A string to get that C note and back down. So that first bar is. Alright, the next bar is a little more tricky. We're going to take our pinky off, play the G and the A string at the same time, put it back on for the C and the A string, only play the G string, and then play the open C and the A. So the 2nd bar is, we put them together and we get, alright, and then immediately after that we're going to drop that ring finger to the 3rd fret and the pinky to the 3rd fret and play the C. You want that to ring out, right? And then play that bass. Okay, so we put those 4 bars together, we get, alright, and now the second 4 bars, you can see that the finger picking pattern is the exact same. The only thing that changes is the chord shapes that we're doing. Okay, so we put those 2 together, we get. Cool. All right, we're flying. So the next thing we need to do is add syncopation, our notes on the offbeat. This is going to give this a lot of flavor. So we're going to be doing this in a similar way, but you can see that we have some ands. So let's look at the first measure. The first measure is going to go, right? 1, 2, and 3, 4, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. We look at the second bar and it's 1, 2, 3, the same so far, but then and 4 and 1. So that third note, that C note or that G note that we were playing, it moved itself forward half a bar. So let's go ahead and play through these 4 bars together. Now you can see that just adding that syncopation is going to make it quite a bit more difficult so far. It's easily the most difficult thing we've done so far. So I'll play it one more time, a little slower. Okay. And we put up bars 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we see it's the exact same scenario. We have the same thing that we did last time. We're just moving these notes around a little bit to match the pattern from the first 4 bars, like 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so let's put both those together, and I'll play through it at a medium to slow pace. Okay? Alright, so really practice that, because in the next example we're going to be turning up the heat a little bit. So why don't we go ahead and look at the next example. Okay, so this one's going to be over a D7, the nice bar chord, a nice fat bar chord, but if you can't get this bar chord, try the same exercise with a D, or really any chord you want, because the point is that this is a technique that you can apply to any chord progression you want. These patterns aren't chord dependent, they're just creative dependent, so they depend on you to apply them in situations that you want to. Okay, so our D7 is going to sound like this. Well, this is going to be over a D7 chord, a bar chord again, but feel free to play a D major, D7 like this, really anything you want. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some bounce going, and we're going to really play with this syncopation. So the example is just a 4-bar example this time, and it sounds like this. Okay, so the first measure is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Count them out, man. Count them out, woo man. Count them out however you identify, because what you're going to need is to have a strong sense of that. It's going to accelerate your learning a lot, all right? And think about how it connects with your foot. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. The next pattern is going to go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So with the exception of after the 4th beat, we're playing all 8th notes. That's something to identify when you're approaching it, because then you know your picking is going to be consistent. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Bars 3 and 4 are the same as 1 and 2. So let's play through our 4th example. Okay? Alright, now we're going into example 5, our last example, and we're going to look at this from 2 angles, both ascending and descending. And this is something that comes from banjo playing. Let me go ahead and play through the first example. It's going to sound like this. Okay, and I've heard banjo players refer to this as 3 against the 4, because we're playing a repeating 3-note pattern, but we're playing it in 4/4 time. So your pointer finger now is going to be responsible for your C, middle finger is going to be responsible for the E, and your ring finger for the A string with your thumb on the bass. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to pluck the C and the G at the same time, middle finger, and then when you get to the second beat, A and G string at the same time. And that's going to be the hardest part of this bad boy, is because your beats are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, but the riff is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's play through just the first measure together, nice and super slow to get a vibe for that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so let's play through all 4 bars together nice and smooth. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now, that's with the notes ascending. You can do the same thing with the notes descending. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright, so now we're going to try going up and going down. I'm not going to count it out loud, and I'm going to play it just a tiny bit faster, but still pretty slow. Here we go. Okay, everybody, there it was, all 5 examples. Have fun with these. Mix and match them. Take syncopation away. Try chord melody with these. Try playing a melody with them. Try them in a jam. Try them while another friend is playing the same chords and you play these ideas over top. The ideas are limitless. Leave a comment below and let me know how you use them, right? Because I'm curious. Okay, 10thumbspro.com. Do ukulele every Wednesday, Saturday. Subscribe and learn. Think about becoming a Patreon. Get a PDF with this lesson, all our previous lessons as well and future. $1 creation caps, as low as $1 a month. Skype lessons 1-on-1 if you're interested. Plus 10 Thumbs t-shirts, everybody. All right, have a lovely day. Rock and roll. All right, everybody, made it to the very end. Thank you so much for watching Ragtime Style. A lot of fun, all right? Happy to bring it to you again. And you guys rock and roll. Thank you so much for your support. Have a lovely day. Take care of yourselves. Ta-ta.